What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hope well, hope well. I just caught a message from on YouTube. Well, it wasn't a message directly to me. By Nero 3D, and he was saying that YouTube recently ran some kind of bots that changed. Oh, let me pull it up. YouTube has gone and ran AI bots on all accounts and auto-flagged a bunch of people restricted mode on, which means you're blocked from seeing basically all my live streams because the same AI has flagged all my streams as restricted. Not fun. Anyways, go to your settings and make sure restricted mode is set to off. Otherwise, you're missing out on a bunch of streams, a bunch of mine and many others. So where is that at? Where is that a thing? Restricted mode on, huh? Do I go to like my actual channel or is it in the studio? Let's see. Settings. I don't see anything that has restrictions. Preferences, playback and performance. Advanced settings, maybe? No. Alright, hold on. So he... copy link, maybe? Can I just paste this link to show you guys? Yeah. Alright, here's what his message shows. So this is in the studio, right? No, not studio, just the channel. Restricted mode off. All right, let me look for that real quick. Because my screen doesn't look like that. Like my menu, my slide out menu doesn't look like that. So I need to maybe, okay, hold on, let me try the studio side. I'm in studio now. Content, analytics. I don't have that menu at all. Hold on, let me click settings. I mean, it looks familiar. I remember seeing that menu. Let me go back to YouTube again. Shopping, learning, sports. I don't see that, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I don't know. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Anyway, I can't find that. But just as a heads up, something's going on, and if it's hitting Nero, then it surely is going to hit us. So I'm not quite sure what that's all about. But anyway, thought it'd be worthwhile to take a look at. Just resize my screen real quick. Why? Oh, it's because I'm zoomed in. I see. Anyway. Oh, this is... don't worry about the giveaway. I'm going to disappoint a bunch of you guys right off the bat. Right off the bat. Straight to disappointment. There's no giveaway tonight. Because this is my third day streaming this week. And I have another one tomorrow, which I'll be on stream with Creality. Not on my channel, but on Creality's channel, I'll be live. But I'm, with my agreement with Polymaker, I can do 2 giveaways. I definitely don't want to overstep my footing there. I was even doing 2 giveaways before I even talked to them about doing 2 giveaways. So I just want to be fair to them and stick with my 2 per week. Which is still extraordinary, and I'm very happy about it. Anyway, Night Train, how you doing? Wig Central, Brian, Shrimp Father, what's happening? Quinn Man, yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks. Let's see. It's probably a viewer, not studio. It's in mine, just as a viewer. Oh, okay, so I have to like sign out or something. Hey, Zumi, how you doing? Just when you click your profile icon. Okay, I'll give it one more shot in a second. Hey, Phil Third, Timor, what's going on? Tim Talon, how you guys doing? Right, Zumi. I know a lot of people are gonna dip out, but that's okay. This is more for just building this thing, and hey, if you're just here for giveaways, well, you know, it is what it is. Oh, there you go, Zen. That's good. Mark, that's not bad. That's not bad. I go to sleep that early sometimes too, but I gotta get this thing moving like ASAP. All right, let me nice. All right, let me try one more time on YouTube. So just as a viewer, so I can just go to literally youtube.com. Then I'm just a viewer. And on the left side, I mean, I just don't have that. I have history, like videos, your clips, and then I have my subscriptions. And then I have explore. Then I have more from YouTube, and then settings. That's it. I don't have that on the left screen. Could it be maybe Safari? Here, let's go to here. Yeah, like, I don't have that. Maybe if I go to my channel. Nope. No, it's the same on my channel. I don't know. Right side, your picture. This. Oh, this. Restricted mode off. Thank you, by the way, Wix Central. Okay, so I'm set to off. This helps hide potentially mature videos. No filter is 100% accurate. Setting only applies to this browser. Interesting. So it's related to the browser? Okay. All right. Well, I'm not sure why, but it is what it is. That's on the right. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Quinn, too. I see. Hey, Petty. How you doing? He's streaming now and talking about it? Oh, okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I'll have to catch it up later. Or if you guys want to go over there and come back and summarize. But you can tell him if you do go over there, tell him that I just checked, and for whatever reason, mine is not. I've been streaming like 2 days a week. For whatever reason, mine did not get hit with that yet. But for those that don't know, I've been building this DeathRacer. I'm this far, where we have the main chassis, we have the motors in the sides here, we have the wheels on, the bearings are ready, and this thing is just sitting. We have the fan on and a bunch of heat inserts. Still a lot to do. I believe the next thing I was supposed to do is do the tracks. Also, it's all PPS-CF, by the way, by Polymaker. I was supposed to do the tracks, but I'm not going to do them until either last or like off stream, because it's a really repetitive thing. It's just going to take forever. There's probably no need for me to do that. From what I can tell from these instructions, I should be doing the front body nose. Prawn is essentially the same as the original DeathRacer. It came out in 2022. Okay. 2 heat inserts to be installed under the side of the frame. The reason why I'm looking at this is I need to know if mine is different than the instructions. It looks like they're specifically talking about the Piranha, and I'm using this front right here. Are there still 2 heat inserts? Yes, still 2 heat inserts in the same spot. Okay, so not a bad thing. Let me just move all this hardware over. Let's get our heat insert tool here, which I did link below, those that are interested. looks so good in that filament. It really does. And it sounds insane, too. Like, I know that's a weird thing to say, but the metallic sound. By the way, for those that are also just joining in that haven't in the past, I am now also streaming to Twitch and also to Kick. Looks like there's a viewer on Kick, actually, which is cool. Hello, viewer on Kick. So that's fun. So all 3 platforms should be streaming. Oops, no giveaway. My camera zoomed in for fun. So yeah, just in case you have another preferred way to watch, that's available for you. You should have printed that in the soap filament. That way you can clean up the competition. Nice. That's funny. I like that. There we go. We got Wick Allen over there. Just chilling out on on Kick. All right. Next, assemble a servo frame. Place the servos as shown to the right and screw them in place with small Phillips. So this is the instructions for real? With small Phillips head screws that came with them. A servo tester can be used to center the servo's position. Fit the plastic servo horns that came with the servos over the output shafts and place the printed servo arms over those. No need to screw them down. The drive console will keep it in place. The drive console. Oh, and this is the drive console? Okay, we'll just try to use this and see how it goes. Looks like it's all the same. Let me just get out all the pieces that we need and we'll go from there. I'm assuming you guys would rather see this view than the instructions. Nice. I like the little emojis. Gotta admit, that was a good one. That was a really good one. That was a really good one. All right. I need a bunch of small pieces that are probably just on the very bottom here. So I think I have to dump this out, and I really don't want to. Let me see if I can just find them first. Do you guys hear this? Like me just digging through here? What that sounds like? It's kind of fun. All right. I know this cover I saw. This thing I saw. There's so many little pieces. I'm totally gonna have to dump this. All right, here's one of these things. Need another one of them. How does the servo move those? If they're not screwed into the servo, how would the servo move them? I guess we'll find out, huh? Then what do I need here? Those two. I just got one. The cover and that. Okay, so I just need the one last piece. This was not the best idea in the world. This is the thing, right? Yeah. Okay, that's the servo. Whatever they call that. I see the one little gear somewhere amongst the million other pieces. Come on, where are you hiding? You don't want to get built? There it is. This. All right, these two. This thing. This. The cover. And the cover has some little thingamajigger on there. I don't know what that thingamajigger is. I don't even know if mine has that. Okay, I don't think it does. All right, cool. Then we are here. It does say we need some countersunk bolts. We'll figure that out. I do have a way to center servos with my trusty flipper. However, I reset the firmware, and I don't know if this one has it. Although I do have an app for this, so we'll get into that as soon as those servers are in and all that stuff's installed. We'll center them. Whoops. Can't I zoom in here? There we go. Let's zoom in like that. There we go. Okay. All right. I'm just trying to qualify. That's funny. Database. That's also a good one. He's a dad. Can you just use a sponge? No, sir. Hey, reprinted. How you doing? All right. Glue the front grille and headlights into the nose. We don't have to do that. We do have actually this piece, and it does look like there's some holes in the front there. What hardware goes on that? I don't know. It looks like that's countersunk, and this is the foaming TPU, and look how well it matches. Obviously, it doesn't have the gloss, but check out the texture. The texture is almost identical. So let's see how that attaches. Looks like something where I can just go into the frame would be nice. How far in? I don't know. Maybe pretty far. I'm thinking something like these would be pretty good. I know I'm missing all kinds of hardware with this kit. Let's see how far they stick out here. Is that even enough? Maybe not. Maybe we need even longer than this. Also, I'm printing a second giant Flexi Rexy for those that caught that on that I posted earlier. I'm gonna give it as a gift for one of my buddy's son's birthday tomorrow. I'm sure he'll love it. You guys caught that short? It's this one. Look how good that came out. I haven't printed much on the K2 Pro yet, but so far the things that I did print are have been phenomenal. Your birthday's tomorrow too, Zumi? For real? Aw, my day's packed tomorrow. Dang. Oh, Zumi, I didn't know. You didn't tell me fast enough. We need like a Discord birthday calendar. Well, we'll probably be on stream when your actual birthday hits. Hopefully my memory will remember this. For those that are here that have better memory than me, maybe you guys can help me remember that when the clock strikes 12, that it's Zumi's birthday. Let's see if I could just put this super long piece of hardware into here. So far, I mean, the power is crazy. That went in like it was butter. I'm so impressed with this tool that I'm like almost compelled to make a whole video on it. Like, how is it that this has, I'm not going to say equal power, but how does it have so much power that I don't even need to take out the 3.6 volt? How is that a thing? That's insane. right, we now have a soft nose to knock all those other vehicles out the way. I just realized there's some good air pass through right there. That's pretty smart. That's some pretty good rubber right there. All good. Everyone has to sing to me? Yeah. That's right. Gear ratio? Yeah, it's gotta have just a much stronger and lower gear ratio. I'll keep this thing close by since it looks like we'll be using this. I also probably need to get my soldering iron out. Have you found that some filament work better in the CFS than others, like a cardboard spool of Creality Hyper PLA jams or retracts sometimes, but Elgo Hyper PLA works every time? Yes and no. There's older spools that don't have that like plastic. It's not plastic, but some kind of resin on the edges of the spools themselves. Those work not as good. The most finicky one so far, well, the Ace was the most finicky so far, was in my opinion, compared to the CFS and the AMS. However, I think the Chitty box at the moment is even more finicky than the rest of them. Like, I almost feel like most of the testing that they did was just with Chitty filament. I got a roll of brand new TPU sitting here for 5 years easy. Haven't ever tried using TPU. Well, oops, I just spilled my coffee. Not all TPU is created equal. This TPU is foaming TPU, and it's a lot more interesting to use, at least just in my opinion, because you can kind of control its density. The temperature makes it foam more or less, which means you can make it lighter or heavier. Quite literally, even at like 100 infill. So I thought that was just really cool. But yeah, TPU has also come a long way. Like the older TPUs, you could kind of pull them apart. Modern TPU is so strong, like you would have to really, really want to tear it apart and destroy it. Like it's insane how strong TPU is actually. And definitely make sure you dry it, like a lot. Like dry it real good. 5-year-old open PETG, nice. I bet it'll work. You just gotta dry it really good. Gen 5 is out. Cinnamon and antibacterial soap. Gen 5 GPT model. Interesting. That is pretty cool. That is really cool. Every time I have the time to come down here to print, I keep forgetting about the soap. I need to like put it right in front of my face somewhere. Ah, resin. Resin. I do have a resin machine. Well, I definitely have a resin setup over there that I very rarely use now. But I definitely have a resin Creality machine that I need to unbox. I told them many years ago that I would. Nice, good. Cool. All right, let me keep going on this one. Let's start up our press here. 350. I just want to do those heat inserts before I forget them. I do a lot of art stuff. I need FDM. Nice. Yep, that's perfect reason for it. Yeah. Yeah, they definitely don't send out dry filament. Like, it's packaged right after it gets extruded. I'm not saying filament is water cooled, but sometimes. Literally, a lot of plastic gets extruded into water. Like, not even kidding. All right, let's see if I can do this straight. Let's see how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna push it up first, and then push it down. A little bit deeper. There we go. Somewhere there is good. Looks like I have a little bit of leftover plastic from our last escapade on the on the little bits. All right, let's put that in here again. That worked out pretty good. There we go. It's just an uneven surface on this part. So I'm kind of have to guess what even is. Nice, that looks great. That looks great. No problem. We got inserts in. I believe I can turn this off for now. This thing's been great. By the way, I forgot to mention, mention. This Minshin press that I have here just got an update. There is a larger one now, a taller one. So they just upped this extruder. Extruder? What is going on in my brain? They extended this extrusion, so now it's longer, and which means it can go up higher. Last time I was using it, I was limited for one thing of how high and how wide I can go. So that one has a little bit more to it. See, the thing is, the Ender 3 back then, the performance was so okay. Like, everything that was okay looked amazing back then, right? Like, printers are just so far superior now. Little problems, you can see much more. Plus, they go higher in temperature and print significantly faster, which the filament has to be able to do. Not all filament is created equal, and you'll instantly know if you go right above its bounds with speed and temperature. So, hey, thanks for subscribing to the channel, Palm. Welcome, and hope you find the content here useful. Oh, yeah, for sure. The speeds are through the roof, and definitely the filament has been getting better literally at the same time that actual printers have been as well. There's just an outstanding amount of amazing printers and an outstanding amount of incredible filament. And just the new materials are so good. So that's really fun. All right, so we got those two things. Let's go ahead and install these servos in however they're telling me to. And then I'll plug them in and see if I can center them. And then also, I want to try to figure out why it tells me not to bolt this down. There's nothing to hold it. This will just spin on it. What am I missing here? Oh, I'm supposed to put an arm on. Oh, I get it now. Never mind, I'm not missing anything. There's a horn to attach first? Yeah, thank you, Brian. I was just like, what is going on? So the horn actually gets the bolt, but this thing doesn't need it? Is that how it works? Because it'll be held down? Alright, so we actually need all three of these little pieces of hardware from here. And these other horns I can put away. As soon as I finished saying anything about the horns, I looked up. 2-hour benchy, those days are gone. I think mine benchy's down to 45 minutes. Am I killing? Yeah, yep. Yeah, just under an hour was like incredible. And yeah, 2 hours would be a perfect benchy. But still, that's 2 hours. And I do have a perfect bench actually for my Ender 3. My Ender 3 made literally the most flawless, but it was a solid 2 hours. I'm using this pretty cool filament by Bamboo called what is it called actually? What's the actual name? Oh, I won't be able to see it. But it looks like where's the printed part? It looks almost like, you know, the stone filament, the white with like black flakes in it. This is the same, but this like flat, like clay. It looks like clay. It looks like a brick. Pretty cool color. I'm printing that another one of these giant Rexies in that color. Marble, they call it, yeah. But you can call it brick. That's funny. I have my own terminology. All right, so it doesn't tell me which direction to put these. Oh, okay, it kind of shows me. So it goes this way, which by this way I mean, see how there's a difference? This thing isn't just centered. It's more towards the back, more centered. It looks like, at least according to that photo and the instructions, it goes this way. The holes look like they line up perfectly. Where's my tools? Let's get a driver out of there. Phillips. Creality branded print and bamboo filament. All right, yeah, right? Yep, that's how we do it around here. Everyone's putting in work. We definitely don't discriminate here. That's for the YouTube. I mean YouTube. That's for the Facebook groups. This brand is the best, and I'll never use anything else. Ever. My printer jammed. I'll never buy another brand. I'll never buy this brand ever again. I had to troubleshoot my printer. I will never use it again. I'm buying bamboo. Right? Ooh, a turquoise with that texture would be really cool. But I figured this will look like it'll look like old bones that have been like dug up, you know? Fanboys will be fanboys, yeah. Yeah, they will. For every brand. They have that for every brand. Alright, so we got them facing the back. So now I think we need to center the servos and put the horns on, right? So let me turn on my trusty flipper over here. Let me move my drinks out of the way. All right. So for those that aren't familiar with this little hacking tool, let's see in apps if I have. I don't remember what it was called. GPIO. Oh yeah, cool. Servo tester. I still have it here. So if we go to servo tester, nope. Hold on. This thing is supposed to tell me where to put it on. Okay, hold on. Flipper, servo. Does it tell me here? Ground, 5 volt. And where does the center one go? Do you guys know? Hold up. I'll just look it up. Flipper, servo tester. I don't want a whole video. Just show me quickly where to put it. PWM generator, testing servos, manual center audio. Yep, cool. But where do I put it though? Where do I plug in the third pin? I do remember that I even got these 2 pins. 3 pins? 3 pins. Yeah, ground. Okay, let's do one of them. Oh, great. They're not red, black. Why they gotta be extra? Alright, I'll do brown with brown, black with red, and white with orange. That's gonna be so confusing. Yeah, Flipper has definitely been pretty fun. I picked like actually I didn't get a chance to pick. They just sent me like a green. It's like a greenish, bluish, turquoise type type thing. Like the keygen feature, yeah, yep, that's a good one. Where do I plug it in? I obviously know the 5 volt and the ground. Where do I plug in the middle one? I guess I do have to watch the video, don't I? Oh, here we go. Okay. Yep. Oh, this is the video. Okay, here we go, right here. So it is 5 volt A7 and ground. All right. So the brown is ground. Okay. Then the red is 5 volt. Our red goes to a black. Yep. Black goes to 5 volt. And orange goes to whatever A7 is. All right, so now let's see. Here, I'll put this on just so that we can see where it moves. All right, so we go to servo tester. Nope. Why are we not working? Oh, it is working. Let's go auto. All right, yeah, it is working. It's turning. All right, so I needed to go to the center. This is the center. So let's take that off. And I need them to face just outward. All right, I guess let's just get it as flat as I can. And we will figure that out. Wow, it holds the servo really well. And just to check, it does move. The prints, like I said, yeah, the prints just are all incredible. The H2D absolutely crushed PPS. The look at this PPS-CF. Look at that, it's incredible. The FL Sun S1 Pro also crushed with this filament. It's just incredible, really. Like, look at this. Like, look at this piece. Look at this. Like, I think we're taking this for granted, you know? Like, and this is like a piece of metal, essentially. Incredible. Yeah, for real. All right, so I'm going to call that one good. Oh, I see. I can't put hardware in there because it kind of bumps it out. All right, so it said we don't have to. I guess we don't have to. Just put this on like that. Okay. All right, now let's do the other one. So if I just unplug this and plug this in all the same, this one should now be powered. And let's see where this thing goes. This one does not want to move. Okay, let's see if I have it plugged in correctly. Red to red. Yeah. This one might be bad. And the reason I say that is I have actually had several of these come bad. I have a bunch from an airplane. I don't remember if they're this size. But I have had these literally be bad out of the box. And I unfortunately think that's where we're at right now. Alright, let me unplug this and plug the other one back in just to double check. There we go. Plug this in. Okay, wait. We're not moving anymore. Every time I unplug, do I have to come back out? Okay. Never mind. Hold on. This might be a thing. I had to exit out the app. So that's center. Okay, exit. It'll be fine. Since this one did exactly the same thing, it'll be fine. Alright, plug that in the same. Let's go back into the app. Yep, that's what it was. Okay. So, let's center it. And looks like this can go right there. Nope, just a little bit this way. One tooth. There we go. Looks a little bit off. Let's see if this will have enough wiggle room to keep it straight. No. Okay, let's see if I can just move this just one tooth somewhere. No, that's too much. Although, it might be okay. That's probably okay. It's a little bit off, but that's because I guess this thing is not Sitting center. Oh, I have to manually click this thing? No. No chance. Alright, let's see. I want it to be there, but that's not center. And the teeth aren't, like, quite fine enough. Yeah, that's too far in that direction. So, yeah, okay. We're gonna be like that. Alright, so that's centered, at least. Now, let's remove this. Actually, I kind of wonder if this thing has enough juice to do multiple. Let's see if it does. So we'll do brown. Yeah, because there's a splitter over here that this came with. I kind of want to see if it'll handle it. If it can do 2 at once. Let's see. That'll be very useful. I don't see why it wouldn't. But let's just try for fun. Alright, servo tester. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So all this thing does is... Hold on. Too bright, huh? Well, you can kind of see it. It just shows you where this thing sits. And when you hit the center button, whoops, right there, it just centers them. And that's centered. So as you guys can see, it's not quite absolutely perfect. This one especially points up a little bit, but there's a little bit of wiggle room inside here, and I guarantee you that's probably why. It's so that it doesn't have to be exact. This technically kind of fixes that. All right, so we're going to try not to move those, and let's unhook. Let's go back out. And settings, power off. And okay, we're good. The flipper saves us again. There's been so many little tiny situations that come up that are very not important, but still important. And the flipper has helped me all the times. All the times that has happened. So that's kind of cool. All right, so we don't need this little bit of hardware wherever I put those servo horns. Hey, Icon. DeathRacer. What are you doing with that fancy gizmo? I was using that fancy gizmo to center the servos because the instructions want the servos to be horizontal here. So I basically plugged them in and told the flipper to use the GPIO pins to center the servos. And it has PWM controls, so it's able to do that kind of thing, which is pretty cool. Yeah, Wig Central, exactly. I literally bought, I think 4 of them, and like 2 of them didn't work. I had to buy them again and return the broken ones to Amazon. All right, we got the heat inserts in. We got the servos installed in the servo box. No need to screw them down. The drive console will keep it in place. Okay. Now let's go to this. Nose continues. Slide the servo frame. There we go. Let's do this. Slide the servo frame to fit the drive levers in a neutral place inside the channel. Hold on. Slide the servo frame into the nose frame and secure them together with 3 M3x6 countersunk bolts. Okay. And we're talking this way? Oh, down from here. Okay. Oh, but they're getting installed from the bottom. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, let me just remove that. Man, the fitment of all this is also kind of crazy. Also, okay, see, there's 4 holes at the top and 3 holes at the bottom. So I was like, what'd I do here? All right, let's route that out here for now. Let's find where these holes are. Okay. And now we need what? M3x8. Oh, I need this little guy again. M3 by 8 countersunk. This might be 6. Let's see. Nope, these are 8. So we need 3 of these. All right. Let's get the right bit. I need probably this one. No, it's too small. Yep. Too small. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where'd I put this? Oh, it's up here. Okay. Let's try this Torx bit. Where is it? Down here. Gotta be. Right here. 2. Yep. 2.0. Found it. Okay. Okay. It's gonna be fun. Dropping 2 in a row is pretty good. No? You don't want to go in there? Well, why not? There it goes. Wow. The torque. That's insane. Wow. That's very impressive. Very, very impressive. This is the type of torque that I would have easily reserved for the 3.6 volt. I wouldn't have even tried the precision. So yeah, this is definitely on my list of recommendations. And I wonder why my coupon code didn't work. I had a 5% off coupon code with Hodo, but they changed something and it stopped working. I guess I should have just told them right away. Buttery smooth parts. All right. All right, so that's installed now. And it is, this part alone is so heavy. Mine's definitely not going to be fast. That's for sure. Until maybe, unless maybe I put 3S in it. But it is definitely going to be a slow one. There is a lot of weight. This is definitely heavier than regular PLA stuff. Or TPU, not TPU, sorry. ABS, I guess what a lot of people use. All right, did that. Route the servo wires through the main frame. We will manage these in electronics. Okay, yep, they're down. We'll manage these later, okay. No problemo. What's going on now? That's it. Now we're on to the back part and then the body part. Okay, so what's up with this top thing? Never mind. I was up here. I missed the whole section. Okay. Why did my music stop? There we go. Do you know what color you picked for Quinn? I didn't get to pick. They just sent me like a teal. Slide the arm frame over the servo frame and fit the drive levers in a neutral place inside the channel of the servo frame. All right, let's put these on here. Then this goes towards the back. What is this? Oh, this way. What is this thing that I'm doing? Do I push this in? Yep, of course, it clicks in perfectly. All right. And then these. Oh, they just fit into this channel, huh? Interesting. All right. Let's find a neutral place. Find a neutral place. There we go. Maybe one more. All right, somewhere here. I would say is a neutral place, or maybe one more tooth up. Yeah, one more tooth up. There we go. Okay, like that. All right, and then this whole contraption slides over top of this. Should I put these in first? Oh, here we go. We got our first little fitment issue. This doesn't want to fit in there. Does this one want to fit in here? No. Okay, so we need to widen that. No problem. Because, oh, it's carbon fiber. Here we go. Don't do this at home. Do not try this at home. Cheap viewers on Streambo. Again with this? Where are you at? Where is that? That's Twitch? Let's remove that person on Twitch. How do I kick you, person? Ban. Bye-bye. Okay. You are now banned for spam. So much for testing to see if you can make it through one build on a charge. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I charged it because on the last build with the Core 1, I was seeing red for the first time. I didn't want to risk like doing a 3-hour stream with the dying, you know. You're gonna have to weigh it? Yeah, for sure. Tomorrow I have to work on a video for bikes on the Bricks ride in Flint, Michigan. Interesting. Good ride today, only some light ride. Ugh. Rain riding is never fun. I don't care if it's bikes or motorcycles. All right, let's see what the right tool for this would be. Actually, one of these things would be real light work. One of these drill bits that lets you kind of go sideways. That way I don't have to stand here and spend a lot of time with a file. Here, let's see how this goes. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't goes, then it don't goes. It has a speed. We're on already. That's fast. That's fast. That's slow. Yep. Let's go slow. And let me just breathe this stuff in. Once again, don't try this at home. That's great. Okay. You know what I need now, because this is going everywhere. I need, well, I have this one handier, so would use handy dandy photo vac to get all this carbon fiber off. But the real question is, did this work? Yep. All right, perfect. All right, let me just make a mess, and then I'll clean it up, and we'll go from there. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'm going to turn this vacuum on, and I'll do this right above it. So, sorry about the noise. All right, let me check. Good. Good. Solution. Guys, I can't tell you how bad that is to do, by the way. Anything with carbon fiber in it is kind of permanent, like forever permanent. So if it does actually, for real, go into your lungs, like all jokey jokes aside, it's in there, like, forever. So just keep that in mind when you're working with carbon fiber. Yeah, we had around 200 or so bikes, guesstimate, on a ride. Wow, nice. That sounds fun, actually. Police bike competition. Those are even crazier. All right, let's go. So, let's set this back in its position. There we go, like that. What was that fun noise this thing just made? Looks good from here. Surprised at how fast the huge Rexy actually prints. It only takes about 9 hours. And that's, for such a big thing, that's very good. Okay. I downloaded a file to print. And it says TPU. Do I have to use TPU for it, or can I use PLA? Usually TPU prints really slow. As long as the temperatures are within PLA, it should be fine. Usually the other way around would be worse. Aaliyah. Oops, I clicked the wrong button. This one. I tried to use PLA for a print, and the bottom didn't come out as smooth as the rest did. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely intended, like, TPU has its own retraction most of the time, and usually it's much greater than PLA. So definitely not ideal. You definitely want to change the profile from TPU to PLA if you can. You should be able to. As I was setting cones in a rain final competition today, still competed. Nice, good for you. It rained on your parade, literally. Okay, awesome tool, very useful. Once again, I guess at some point, I'm not even sure how I would do this, but at some point, I'm gonna have to make a video that's gonna show off these tools, because they're absolutely great. They're fantastic. All right, and then I have to attach this top with what? With 4 M3x6 countersunk screws. Those are... Oh, that's these, isn't it? All right. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means... Actually, let me take out 1. What that means is I have the bottom set with the wrong screws, so I'll take 3 of these out. Let's put 1 of these into the top here, and I'll flip this over and switch those out. But this should hold all this in place. Let's flip this. Woo! Wow, that's hot. That screw is so hot. Holy. I guess because this is an abrasive filament. Wow. That was surprising. I printed a few Flexi-Rexys that max out the build size of the K1 Max. Glow in the dark. Yeah, this is on the K2 Pro, which is basically the same as the K1 Max. Just a couple little things. So same thing, yeah. Glow in the dark, large, yeah. Glow in the dark would be perfect. Man, that would be even better than what I'm using. And I have glow in the dark too. I guess I can always reprint it. Put in Toys for Tots. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. The big Rexies would be fun to print for Toys for Tots. You feel me? I gotta start doing it here and there because everything that I've been printing that I would normally put in Toys for Tots, like I've given away to nephews, nieces, my friends' kids that pop in. I'm literally empty. Man, have I mentioned how cool this is? The fact that it can go into this PPS carbon fiber just like it's butter is very cool. All right, this one has a little bit too much friction on, maybe I over-tighten it. I'm going to loosen it just a bit. There we go. Yeah, I over-tightened that a bit, didn't I? This one seems fine. Yeah, these servos aren't very strong, so if you overdo this, they're definitely not going to be able to move. Okay, there we go. Now it's good. All right. Cool. Going to Dark PETG. Yeah. All right, so we did that. Route the Servo mainframe, we did that. Okay, next is the bludgeon weapon, and here's a fun fact. I have a different bludgeon weapon. Also, why are we not attaching this to the front? I kind of want to see where this even goes. I don't even fully grasp where it goes, to be honest. Like, this is the top. Fan would be here. So I'm guessing this would go like that. Yeah. Yep. It would hover over the fan. Oh, you guys can't see this. Hold on. It would go like this. Hold on. Put that back on. Has to hug the fan. There we go. There it goes. It kind of clicks in place. And then it would get attached right there. So now we're getting... Oof. This is so heavy. Oh my god. It's so heavy. That's, and that doesn't even have the battery in it. Or the bludgeon weapon, which is even heavier. Yeah, mine is gonna be a very stout, but slow ride. That's for sure. Okay, next, bludgeon. For the bludgeon weapon, I have a separate document. Let's go to projects. Somewhere in here is where they at? DeathRacers. Here we go. Piranha. Open. Okay, so in here we have somewhere weapon, dual bludgeon. Okay, I don't have the instructions here. That's great. BOM and instructions. No. Okay. I think there's separate instructions. Mods. No. All right, let's find it, and I'll put it into here. Open it again. Weapon, dual bludgeon. So, DeathRacer's dual bludgeon. And I need manual. All right, maybe if I can find the mod itself. Okay, here it is. Let's open it on printables. All right, where is the... Plugged both servos directly into the receiver. One servo goes to the channel in the receiver that corresponds with a stick on the transmitter you want to use the weapon with. The other servo is plugged into an open slot on the receiver. I choose channel 5. And it is mixed in the transmitter to work at the same time as the first servo. Might be easier to just put a Y connector on there. Okay, so there's nothing special. The only difference is there's just 2 of them. And there is no manual. Let's check the files. Is there anything like that? No. All right, well, let's see if we can figure it out based on completion pictures. Is there pictures of the servos installed? Like which direction they face or anything? I guess this is the closest I'm gonna get right here. All right, let's make an attempt. Hope your drive motors are strong enough. Well, I've seen people go absolutely crazy with a stock drive motor. So they're geared. Like, they literally have gearboxes on them. So it should be okay. No, you don't need different motors. Just more battery. We'll just chuck more battery at it. All right, guys. It's time for an adult beverage. We're going with the same. I got one more of these Monument American Browns. Got to be one of the tastier brown beers that I've had in a while. I'm a big fan of nut brown ales and brown ales in general because they're just a little bit different than your typical IPA bogus. It's tiring, you know? This is quite the pour. Wow. Technically, some people say it's the correct pour. Some people will say it's not. Come on. All right, I'm not going to push it. 12S times 2. That'll be something. That should make a loud bang. Well, the ESC is good to 3S. So if anything, I think I have 3S battery somewhere. We can try that. If you're picky about your pour, you need to get a life. Ha! That's right. I know a couple of people that are in the beer industry. So they all have their own opinion. But as far as I understand, you technically want head on it. Like if this was at a restaurant and you poured this and you handed it to the person, that would be wrong because you're giving them not the same amount. But if this is a pour for yourself, I think you kind of want it to be there. The fire will be nice. Yeah, right. IPAs are IPAs are literally everywhere, all the time, constantly. And I like IPAs. I drink IPAs all the time. But Zumi, I was just talking about how technically it's correct. Man, if this was my first time pouring a beer, girl, that's true. Here, I'll get rid of some. All right, that's gonna be good enough. Anyway, cheers, everybody. Ooh, really good beer. Really good. So rich. All right, next bludgeon tool. Let's go. So I had to buy some extra parts for this. I had to buy some extra carbon rods. There's also a bunch of decor that I'm probably not going to install. Like, for example, it's meant for 2 colors. Like, there's these, like, decoration pieces that go on here. I just printed them all in black. But I don't think I'm going to put them on. So I'll just keep them in there for now. All right, we need this, that, Where's the other bludgeon tool? Okay, this. So I had to buy more carbon rods because it's supposed to come with one long one like this, and I bought 2 shorter ones. I don't want this thing to be super long. So we'll see how that goes. They're supposed to go in here. Oh, they fit perfect. So that's cool. I don't know how they get attached yet, but we'll figure that out. Is there a little sneaky secret in here somewhere? It looks like they just get held in with some screws. No, there's nothing here. Oh, gotta sneeze. Whoa, that was a good one. Phew. And then I also have these, which I guess we'll have to center too. Supposedly, Guinness is very particular about the amount of head on their beer when they're served. You're right. The angle of the dangle. Yeah. Definitely almost choked. I definitely almost choked. This has 2 horns in there. Does this one also have 2 horns? Yes, 2 metal horns. Why? Alright, lots of parts in there for whatever reason. I was on a couple of beer rating podcasts. I got tired of IPAs. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm not necessarily tired of them. I would prefer an IPA over a bunch of other beers. But if I had the choice between a good amber or a good brown, I'd probably go for one of those over an IPA, at least at the moment. All right, we got some big old servos, and it looks like they get attached into this piece. Man, not having instructions is gonna be kind of tricky. Like, where does this go? That almost looks like it needs a magnet or something. Wait a minute, that goes downward? Oh, this needs heat press inserts in here. And it looks like it gets attached like that from the bottom. So what are these for then? Is that how it attaches to this thing? This needs press inserts too. For what though? Let's see this. Do these line up with this? This way. Ah, okay. That fits. That looks really good, actually. Look how good that looks. Man. All right, so I get it now. So this gets 3 of them, and it goes like that, and they get attached from here. Yep, of course. Okay, so that's perfect. And then this whole shebang gets attached to this. All right, so we need 3 here and 4 here. All right, let's fire this thing up. Cool. What's IPA stand for? Independent Pissy Alcohol. That's funny. Yeah, bourbon's great too. I'm just out of bourbon at the moment. Okay, this thing is up to temp already, which is awesome. But let's take out some inserts. We need 3 for that part. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, I am almost out of my entire giant stash of these things. Which is cray-cray. All right. Let's put that in there. Whoops. All right. Nice. This thing's perfect with flat parts. No questioning if it's going in correct or any of that nonsense. Hey, where'd that go? Gotta clean up this little bit of plastic that gets over there. All right, let's put this one in. And this one will have to be rotated. And bada bing. Bada boom. Gotta love watching it like slightly twist. You guys know what I mean? Like when it goes in, it like slightly melts and twists in. Always fun to watch. All right, those 3 are good. Now I got these 4. Okay, so this is going to be also tricky. Well, at least these back 2, because we're not going to be able to keep this thing straight. So let's see how that ends up working. Here, let's put them in. Whoops. All right, let's see if we can reach these. Yep, this is good. Nice and flat. Nice and flat. All right, this we're gonna have to go in the air. Oh wait, I have an idea. I can put some flat parts underneath of this and have it on that. The part that I just touched was extremely hot. All right, there we go. Now it's flat. Look at that. Just got to think about it. And now it's flat and works. All right. Cool. I am definitely liking this heat press. Definitely liking it. All right, we can cool that off, put that to the side. Just add tequila. That's for most people. I feel like that's just most people. All right, I just should probably clean this up, right? Oh, we got the classic for the channel, the Matrix song. It's not actually a Matrix song, but it sounds much like it. Almost nostalgic in a way. We've been listening to this song on live streams for years. Oh, look, I have another use for the vacuum. Getting all these scraps. Hodo's really been used quite a bit on the channel. "28 years, huh? I'm at 11. I'm at 11. Okay, we got 2 parts. We did some things to them. Just figuring it out as we go. Next, I'm guessing we put servos in. So this goes downward this goes this direction like that, which means these servos, according to the photo, have to go this way, facing the back. So let's move that out of the way. They have to go in like this. Uh-oh. We got a tight squeeze. Oh, we got a very, very tight squeeze. Is this one like that too? Right. How could they know what servos I'm buying? I didn't even buy a specific servo. I just bought a rando. Oh, man. Okay. Let me think about this. So it looks like I'm about to bust out the carbon fiber breathing tool again. Unless it just needs a little more power, maybe? Oh, okay. It just needs a little more power. All right. Wiggle it in. There's like a lip to get past. There we go, and it slides right in. Okay, whew. Shoo! I just broke a sweat. I moved that fan over. Shoo! All right, hit that fan. Come on, camera. This way. All right, we got that in there, and they stick out the bottom a little bit. And that's why there's a recess here. So let me just put this in here. Put this in here. And these, this would all be attached like this. Or, no, this is going to go in this direction. Right? Is it this way? Yes, it's this way. That's the back. Yep, okay, wires are perfect. And does this line up? Yes, okay. So it looks like we can attach this. And then we'll get the servos up. So this needs a mysterious bolt. Who knows what size? But here's some. Let's see if this fits. Will this fit? No, that's too small. All right, so I need a countersunk bolt that's longer than this one, and I have to have it. Wow, that's going to be fun. I don't have very many, if any, countersunk bolts. So if anything, I can kind of drill down into the plastic and put a button head on there. Yeah, I don't have any countersunk bolts at all. All right, let's check a button head. We have a drill. So a little bit longer would be this size. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what we can do with that. And we will make it work. Because that's how we roll. Yeah, maybe at some point I'll have to get like a countersunk. I have some if you need to borrow a few. Well, I appreciate that, J. Palmer. J.E. But that won't work, right? Divorced after 10, widowed after 8, going on 11 now. Wow, that's the track record. Widowed, I'm sorry about that. Wait till Feder gets back to the chat. Yeah, I'm like, what? I haven't even been at the top there. I don't even know if I wanna scroll up higher. Start out with one of those assortment sets on Amazon or replace ones in run out. Yeah, I started with one as well, and then just building printers has kind of built a collection. All right, let me see if this will clear. Oh, a button head will clear. Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna do a button head, and let's see. Let's see if you can even screw in this far. Oh, yeah. 0 issues. That's who we're using. Alright, let me make sure nothing's being pinched or anything funky. Okay. Okay. This is going into heat press inserts, so we don't need to go too crazy with the tension. Although inserts into PPS-CF, I'm assuming, are going to be pretty good. Yep, totally flat. Okay, cool. All right. This is another really hefty piece. Guys, look at the print. Should have tested with the flipper. Oh yeah, well I'm gonna do it now. I'm actually gonna put in the screws first. And then I'm gonna do it. And then I'll test it. Because, you know, backwards. Here, I'll just put in 2 for each one. 2 out of there. Let's take out 2 out of here. I wonder why there's 2 extra metal horns. I guess we will find out. About 1 bolt. Big sale, 17 cents. Until now, you can keep the lights on. Nice. Gotta love buying a single piece of hardware. My Ace has quite a bit, but Amazon has really... Unless you need something right off the bat, obviously. But Amazon has really changed the way that I, you know, get hardware. Big sale. Oh, that hardware doesn't fit. The screw doesn't fit. That's an M3 screw, isn't it? Alright, we're putting some M3s in there. Okay. Let's see. There's some self-threading. Let's use... Do we even have any in here? No, they're all... None of them are button head. Alright. Going to my stash again. Looks like this is a constant occurrence. Let's see, we're looking for button head. Because... the other ones will just be too big. They'll stick out too far. Let's see if these are even big enough. McMaster will, yeah, McMaster will 100%. Yep. These 8mm will fit perfect. I think I have one more of these Servo somewhere. I think. But with how hard I had to press these in, there's no chance these screws are actually doing anything. I think all they're doing is just adding more weight to the build at this point. All right. Good there. I think I should probably just keep the hardware over here by now, huh? Okay. So, what we need to do now, just based on some photos, is put on these horns. I don't know why there's 2. Are they any different? They're different color. They're exactly the same. These just have hardware in it already. And these don't. Alright, I'll go with the ones that have the hardware already in it. Spares would be nice. Yeah, I mean, this is a rare thing to use. Right? Like, once you put one of these things on there, are you ever going to use another one? I guess if it bends, But I feel like even that's super rare. Okay, so I will need to use hold on. First, let me check this. So this has a screw that goes all the way through it. Does that mean that it wants me to uh-huh. I gotta find one that'll fit in here. I won't be able to use the metal ones, am I? Is there a non-metal one? No, but you can cut these. Alright, hold on. Let's see what they want me to do here. Okay, so a normal plastic one will work. If I cut the other side off, which is typical, you always cut the other side off. But is that what we're doing? Alright, let me check the other one. Maybe it's thinner. Wow, it is. What are the odds of that? That's weird. That's weird. Are they both like that? So these are slightly larger. Let's see. Yeah, so these silver ones in here are just slightly thicker. Alright, and this... Okay, is this an M3? If that's an M3, I guess this thing just wants me to use a really large... a really large version of this. I mean, a really large screw that goes all the way through that. I mean, I have a set of long screws. Long M3s. Hey. Hey, Zumi. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. Thank you. You spent 17 cents on a piece of hardware, but you just donated $2. You know, I take pride in that. This is worth more than this really specific piece of hardware that you needed. I appreciate that. Nice. All right. I appreciate that. Thank you. Very kind. All right, let me find a piece of hardware that'll go down all the way through this and through there, but not too much. I found the perfect one. I found the perfect one. Okay. It is this one? Yep. All right, for those that might be doing this and looking here, it is a 30 millimeter. So an M6 by 30 fits that. All right, now we're ready for the flipper. And we'll do the same thing we did last time, where we'll use the splitter to do them both at the same time. That's one. That's two. And I wonder, actually, if it'll have enough juice for these huge servos. What do I do with that? Okay, here we go. Hey, Zumi, speaking of Brian. Zumi, have you talked to B Cuddy at all? I haven't seen him around in a little while. I gotta check in. Make sure he's all good. Alright, let's get the flipper out again. If I recall correctly, brown was ground. Power, which is black, is 5 volts, and the signal wire is A7. Been a while since I've heard that line. Oh, something from above. All right, let's go. So let's go to apps. Let's go down to, nope, let's go up to GPIO and servo tester. All right, and let's see if they move. Okay, they don't move. Let's make sure I have this in correctly. So we have brown is ground, black is power, and yellow, which is white, is A7. Let's do one. I have a feeling you just can't pull this huge one. This way. Plug that in. Servo tester. Which one are we testing? This guy? No, not enough juice. Another way I can do this is I don't have the other flight controller. Yeah, I don't have that flight controller. And the other flight controller that I do have is not, it's not soldered. All right, so what I'll have to do with these is these are actually less critical to be centered. I can always take off the top bolt and center them. So the bludgeon, we're gonna have to do in a different way. Interesting though that this didn't have enough 5 volt on GPIO on. Okay, hold on. Let's see what this does. Nah, there's no point in trying this. Yeah, there's no point in trying this. All right, let's just find the power. Power off. All right, Flipper, you tried. Maybe I'm just doing something wrong, but that's okay. Some tots. Nice. All right. Yeah, I'm going to install these. I'm going to install them. And we'll just center them when we turn it on. I'm wondering, let me just double check. I'm wondering, do I have a servo here somewhere? That's Fly Sky. And not by servo, I mean flight controller. That's just hanging out. No, I don't think I do. Yeah, that would require an entire resoldering situation. All right, never mind. We'll just do it. We'll just do it when we plug it all in for the first time. And if they collide, they collide. That won't really be too big of a deal. All right, let's figure out how this goes, though. So this drops in like that. Center that. This guy. All right, I do still have to attach these. But technically, they don't have to clamp. That's okay. I'll do it. We'll do it the right way. And I'll take care of it when... I'll take care of it when we boot it up. Here, I'll just tighten them very lightly for now. And I might have to make a Y harness. No, because if I make a Y harness, they're going to try to turn in the same direction. So they really have to go on 2 separate channels. So that's going to be tough, actually. I wonder if I'm actually going to be stuck on this part. Because I don't have a 6-channel receiver. I have a 5-channel receiver. Well, if anything, I guess we'll be Amazoning. There's got to be some different way, though. I'm sure there is. All right, those are on there. This one goes on the outside. This one goes over here. And drop this down. Drop this down. Oh, whoops. Kenneth with the emojis. Okay. Yeah, those will definitely have to be on there pretty good, because these things are going to take a beating. Specifically. And these servos, at least from what I can tell, don't have a stop. So they 100% have to be centered. All right, so we got this crazy bazooka-looking thing set up. And it's looking incredible. $11:15 already. Man, we have about 45 minutes or so left. Wow. Google has found a new place to put ads over the top of chat randomly, like random videos. Really? It's kind of annoying. All right, let's see what we can put together here. So now we need to install these. So this is going to need a magnet that I don't yet have. But that's absolutely not a big deal. How far do I have to insert this carbon rod? Is my question. Because this is somewhat short. I guess on purpose, really. All right, let me see. If I put this in this far... This far, that's just past that. I go just past... Okay, so this can go pretty far in here, actually. And now I'm thinking my bludgeon is going to be too short. And here I thought this would have worked. Oh, this is drilled. Okay, that's not a problem. We have drills. This thing comes pre-drilled. Man, how much weaker is that? I feel like I can easily break this. So if this was the case, which it's not, but if this was what I was using, yeah, that would be really, really long. Okay. Not ideal. Not actually, I don't need this bag. Not ideal. I have other carbon fiber rods, but not this size. I have much larger carbon fiber rods, and I mean like diameter. I didn't think about how far this was going to go. Alright, so I guess I'm only going to be using the one hole. Which is interesting. Is that a good idea or a bad idea? I guess there's only one way to find out. Oh, I see. This is a through hole. All right, let me think about this. So what I want to do is I want to have one hole holding it and the other hole making sure it doesn't go deeper than that one hole, if that makes sense. So let's see how wide I need this to be. Nope, bigger than that. Let me guess, bigger than this? Yeah. All right, once again, I need some big old hardware. It probably won't flex much where the screw holes are. Yeah, it definitely won't. Can you trim the long ones? No, I have wide ones, not long ones. And this is way too long. What about this? Let's see what this goes into. Oh, okay. This is plenty. All right, I see. There's a lot of plastic in there. So we're gonna have 4 when it's done. We get to use the Hodo drill. I'm pretty excited. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna put that in there as a stopper. Oh yeah. I can't believe how strong. I just can't believe how strong this is. Okay, yeah, that's plenty. So I'm gonna push that rod in up to this point. Yep. And if this ends up being too short and everything's wacky, I can, 1, always remix these things. 2, I can just buy longer rods. For whatever reason, when I was calculating, this seemed to be okay. Although, look at this. Look at his rods. Oh, hold on. Maybe because of how long the bludgeon tool is, this is how long it's supposed to be. Yeah, because if this goes to where I think it goes, and this goes to here. Oh, yeah, okay. They're the same rods. I'm at the ones that came with it. I only have one, because it's supposed to have one tool, and I'm doing this mod that has 2 of them that articulate. Huh. Oh, I'm still thinking. I'm still thinking. So, do I still want this to go all the way in there then? Yeah, I guess I do. All right, I'm taking these out. We're going to play it like that. And actually, now that I think about it, I bet you they have to be shorter and that far in, because the weight of this entire contraption on the back and the extra servo is probably going to make this thing wheelie. The front is really heavy too, but I bet that's not enough. I guarantee you that's what it is. All right, let's see how far I can get these in there. So at least this far to my fingers that has to go in. Let's see. Okay, it has a hard stop. Let's see if this one's even. Yep. Okay, they have a hard stop in there, and that's it. Yeah, that's dead even. All right, let's just get this on there too. And we can make sure they're flat and drill. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should take these off the servos, just so I don't accidentally damage something. And I'll have to source the magnets too, because I have a ton of magnets, but not that size. All right, let's move this over here. Let's deal with this. So, yep, that's even. Let's see if I can. Oh, that dropped in just a little more. That means this one can too. Yep, there we go. Okay, perfect. All right, and now this is going to go all the way in there. Okay, that's one. Where's the other one? I didn't get it out. Nope, it's right here. Okay. Yep. Oh man. Okay, this is really heavy. Beautiful though. Look how pretty that is. Okay, so here's the question. How are the backs held? I understand that these go all the way through. I get that. But what about this? How do I know? Let me see if this says anything about that. Let's go to details. So we got heat inserts, M335 socket head bolt times 4. We got that. M3x30 socket head bolt times 2. That's this. Okay, got that. M3x25 countersunk bolt times 4. That's it. And then by 20 millimeters. Does it want countersunk here? No, it's not getting them anyway because I already picked them out. So we need M3x20 countersunk bolts. Which ones are those? I don't think this is it, but let's check it anyway. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so it's these. And how far do they go? Okay, they go in there. Yeah, they go just through it. Alright, I'm skeptical about using these because I don't have any countersunks. Alright, you know what? I'm thinking I'm just gonna use regular ones. Do I have 20s in here? 30s. Because I feel like we're gonna need them on the rest of the build. But then again, what would need it? The covers, I guess. Yeah, like the wheel covers or something. Okay. Let's use just for my worry, and if I don't need them later, I'll just get them from here. But I'm a bit worried that I'm gonna run out of countersunk. So let's find the 20 mils. That's these guys. Right, and I want button head. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, because button heads will hide inside and they won't get in the way. And that means we get to use our Hodo screwdriver. I mean, by screwdriver, I meant drill bit set. Put a counterweight on the front. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is a freaking counterweight. It's crazy large. So we'll see. We'll see. If anything, I'll put some lead in there or something. All right, let's see the size bits. Actually, I have some right over there in case there isn't the 3 mil in here. 2.2. Okay, so 2.2 millimeters is the largest this goes. Let's see, is this 1.9? Yeah, 1.9. All right, so let's see if it will even hold a 3 millimeter. It might not. It might not, but it might. I can't tell if that's going in or am I ruining everything. Maybe I should unscrew it. It doesn't go very deep. Maybe that's enough. Let's see if that's enough. Which way are we turning? That way. Okay. I don't think it's straight. That's the problem. All right, you know what? Let's make a 2 millimeter hole first. Or 2.2. Let's use the largest. 2.2 and see what happens. Yeah, that goes in there much better. This is gonna be long enough, man. Okay, I need it to go that deep. So let's put it in, add that depth so that I know it will go through it. Right there. All right, let's cut through. Drill through, rather. Also, is this straight and super flat? Because it has to be. If it's not flat, this whole thing is not going to work properly. Just the hair, just the hair. Right there is perfect. All right, let's see. Cakewalk. Okay. Cake. Oh, this thing went all the way in. Okay. Okay. I apparently need to make sure that this is much tighter than I had it. Okay. Tighten that down real good. Try again. Nope. Okay. How tight do we have to have this? I can make it pretty tight. Let's not push as hard. Am I going in the right direction? Yes. Oh, okay. Got through one. And it's going, it's going, it's going. Am I going through or what? Am I loose? What's happening here? Put a hole in this one. Man. Ugh, okay, so what's happening is it's grabbing the little edge, and then I don't have this collet tight enough. Let's try it with some force. I'm kind of scared. It's got the torque to do it. But it's ending up spinning quite a bit. All right, here we go. I'm going to tighten it where I won't have a choice. And now I'm scared, but let's go. Okay, catches. Then we just go lighter. There it goes. Okay. One. This drill is definitely not meant for you to be drilling like metal. This is a plastic. This is like for plastic and wood, for sure. Okay, we're through. That's cool. Come on. There it goes. That's one layer. Okay. When it enters the carbon fiber, it like catches, and you gotta like get it back up to speed, and then bam, it just goes through. Okay. Let's see if I can learn from that. Okay, it goes through. So I take it out and get us some RPMs. Bam, right through it. Let's see if it's the same here. Yep, through. Take it out. High RPM and push through. Let's try again. Boom. Okay, so that's that. I wonder if I'll be able to get an M3 through that already. No, the thing's going to be so thin. I run the chance of cracking. I run the chance of cracking it, so I won't do it. Now for this one, let's see how far in do I have to go. Okay, about the same. So let's do the same for this. I'm gonna push until it kind of stops. There it goes. Take it out, get it spinning, and then push slower. Once again. Okay, through, and now we're in the second layer. Same thing. You can see it going in and out. And let's do that again. Get it out of there. Get it spinning and push. There we go. One more time. Bam. Okay, we're through. All right, so it can totally get the job done. It's just not as potent as the other two tools, but clearly has its use case. I mean, if anything, this type of project is exactly what it's for. All right, that's through. Bam, out, spin, push, out, spin, push, through. And second one, spin, get in there, got it. Okay, I'm getting good at it now. I'm getting the hang of it. Push, out, get it spinning, push through, got it. Next, cool. There we go. All right, we did it. We done did it. Hodo, you scared me there for a bit, but you came through and then... How hot is this? Not very hot? So the thing is, I'm scared to use that. Oh, first of all, tap, tap, tap all this carbon fiber. Get that out of there. Gotta run. Thank you, Brian. Have a great one. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. I appreciate. All right. So now that that's drilled, I kind of want to run this one through it. And I know that I can't put this in the drill. So what about, will it fit into the Dremel? Because if it fits into the Dremel, then I'll just go a little slower. No, it doesn't quite fit into the Dremel either. Afraid I'll never get it out of there. I'm going to try it just to see. Yeah, I mean, this thing goes so freaking fast. It's kind of sketchy. Yeah, because you can't stop this. Yeah, I'm not going to use this. You can't stop this thing when you let go with your finger. It has a different kind of push button, almost like a toggle, not a button press. Here, let's try to put it in here one more time. It does fit a little bit, but it definitely doesn't go in all the way. So if it was hesitating before, it's probably going to hesitate big time now. You know what? Let me see if I can go slower. Let's see. Okay, it's doing its thing. We can probably kick it up a gear. Oh, yeah. Right through. Right through. Like it's nothing. Yep.
Yep, no worries at all. That went through like butter. Cool. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, that's good to know. So we got to start it with the 2.2 and got it done with the 3. So this isn't the type of drill where you're like pushing it like a drill press. You need the drill bit to work. Or else it doesn't have enough torque. But there it goes. All right, carbon fiber rod is drilled with the Hoto, with the Hoto drill. Hoto driver, Hoto vacuum. What else? What else can I use? What else can I use with the Hoto? What time is it? Oh, 11:40. Okay. Don't fight it, just go 9-9. Yeah, sometimes, you know, you just gotta go to sleep. All right, now the question is, can I get through the rod with this M3 bolt? Yeah. Yeah, this one is okay. This one does require a lot of torque, and I'm scared to push that one because I really like that tool. Let's just use the big boy Hoto. Holy moly! Oh my! Yeah, this has borderline too much power. Wow. Well, at least we know that carbon rod ain't going nowhere. Man, this thing will straight up hurt someone's wrist. I'm really excited to see how this all goes together. I'm hoping that we can at least put the nose on or something tonight. Something tells me we got to do electronics in the center before we put any parts on, though. Hoto screwdrivers be getting... Yeah. Had to charge it twice. Oh, yeah. If you charge it twice, it's getting a real workout. All right. This is still straight. Still super straight. Let's get these... some screws. And these should be long enough. Just long enough. This, I will have to use this because I don't have a small enough piece. I don't have a small enough thing for that. Come on. Come on in. Doesn't wanna, huh? What if we go slow? Oh, doesn't like slow. Yeah, it doesn't like slow. Interesting. So, what's up with that? Let's try this one. Doesn't want to go into there. This one doesn't either. Why? Okay. Let's try different hardware. Okay, different hardware goes, so. And, oh, okay, a little bit more. Oh, I'm going to have to use countersunk hardware here. Yeah, it won't, this stuff will still stick out. Okay. All right. I'll save these for when I run out of the other ones. That's a bit of a bummer. That's a bit of a bummer. All right, we're using what it's supposed to have in that case. Let's go in there. I guess that's an Amazon order right there. That's an Amazon order. I guess it's only 4. Maybe there's extras. Still unsure about what this kit has and doesn't have. Okay, fits nicely though. There it goes. Perfect. Okay, that's nice. That's better. That's a nice finish right there. That goes through there. That's 1 bludgeon. Yep. And 2. All right, let's get these onto here. 1, 2. Let's get these. All right. Our bludgeon tool, bludgeon weapon is complete. Okay, this is quite the contraption. So the point is, you can spin and hit using this sharp stuff to knock a head off, or you open this thing up like this, and you drive, and basically anyone that's next to you can get hit in the head with it. And if you hit it in the head, then, well, they pop off. And they go night-night. How cool is that? I had a video I tried to watch and couldn't. Had to turn on. Okay, so it hit you too. That's crazy. Why? Why are they doing that? Why? Yeah, hey Bearded, how you doing? Yes, it is. I have a bunch of parts. I just wish that I could put them together sooner. Because it's, I just want it done. All right, that was surprisingly easy. We didn't need instructions. We did need a bunch of random hardware. So I'm a bit bummed on that. I guess we're also going to find out. Yeah, we're definitely going to find out how to attach it to my receiver. If this 5-channel ELRS won't work, I wonder. So hold on. So one of these is going to be power. 2 of these, no, the motors are singles. So that's the motors is 1. Then we have 1 servo with splitters for the steering. And 2 servos. I think actually I will have enough. I think I will have enough channels. Okay, I'll mess with that. I think I should have enough. And the bludgeon tool is going to have to go on a switch. And then I'll have to have a fake... I'll have to set up one of those fake switches where there's no power on the entire thing until I flip a switch, just in general, like as a safety. So that's going to be crazy. All right, so thank you for this offset, of course. All right, so we did the bludgeon. Cool. Oh, I didn't know you put a brass bushing in there. And the rubber grommet. We won't need that. Ours goes in there so deeply and so tightly. Oh, okay, so now we do the rear frame. I guess after the rear frame, does it all just kind of... Oh, then we do the guy. And this is a lot. So then the whole thing just comes together? Wait. How is it already together? Is it telling us to put anything on the frame? Hold on. The final detail on the bottom assemble the bludgeon. Okay, so we did that. Then there's this, the rear assembly. 2 heat inserts. Sandwich the base. All right. What's this? Oh, okay. This is the bludgeon tool. And then it gets put on here. Okay, so you are putting it together. And what about the front? Should the front already be on? Then I just missed that? Wow, the servos will manage them. Fit the nose frame over the fan on the main frame. It's secured down with 2 M3x8 countersunk bolts. So that's just me. I just missed that. Are these 8s or are these 6s? That's a 6. So these are 8s. Let's get 2. Oh, we are running out of these. That's rough. I'm definitely going to have to buy some hardware. All right, these guys slip over the fan like that. Flips over. So heavy. Crazy. All right. And let's get this into here. One. Oh, right, and then one more for the fan. So yeah, that's just enough. Just enough. If anything, I can always jump the fan off the battery too. In fact, I can put a 24-volt fan on there if I need to. I mean, I can do all sorts of stuff to get that working. So that's probably okay. All right, so we got a whole bunch of wires to mess with. But check this out. Bada bing, bada boom. We got the crazy front on. Ridiculous. Hey, one Raz. Ridiculous. How is this gonna be okay with just 2 bolts? And this is the part that's gonna get hit the most. I guess when it gets hit, it just gets hit like on the plastic on the front. If it ever goes up at all, this thing will just break, wouldn't it? I guess not. All right, since this is all built, oh, we need this part. Okay, so let's do this part. Okay, so heat inserts, we need 2 of them. Start this thing. We need a whole bunch of different countersunk screws. These servo things can go away. Can I put this into one of the old bags, maybe? Let's go right here. Bada bing, bada boom. Throw that over here somewhere. Okay, this thing should be hot enough. And we need a bunch of parts. So one, we need this main body. And it's going to get some inserts. Right here. And right here. And we're going to have to get something flat again. Okay, right here. Come on in. And Shamona. A little more. Okay. Burn this. I love how fast it heats. It turned out to be a fantastic thing. I was actually really not knocking it, but I was very skeptical. I thought my iron would have been just a better move, but apparently not true. The pieces don't match shape-wise. Well, so the reason why I chose this front end was because this was the only front end that covers the tracks. Otherwise, the other front ends leave the tracks open. And I have this feeling that someone's going to crash into my tracks and they're going to break one of the pieces that drives the wheel. And this thing's going to be just a sitting duck. It won't be able to drive. So the reason why I picked this was because this adds these wings and it adds that protection over the wheels. So that's the only reason why I chose it. I figured there would be an actual reason for it. So it kind of protects it a little bit more. I don't know if that'll actually happen, but that's the idea. Oh, you mean this piece? This piece? Yeah, this piece is just rubber. I'm not sure why it doesn't exactly fully fit, but it's from it. And as you can see, like, it does line up right here. It's supposed to look like that, but it's also designed to be squishy. I see what you mean now. You mean this, not this whole front end. Like the whole part? All right. Next, we can start inserting the 2 heat frames. Okay, we did that. Next, sandwich the seat base between the seat and the rear frame and screw them down with 3 M3x12 countersunk bolts. All right, which ones are 12s? Oh, we did have button head over here. Which ones are 12s and how many do I have left? Because if these are 12s, I only have 2. And that's a problem. These be 12s. Oh, man. All right, let's see. This, I'm going to save these 2. These go in from the bottom, and they're not critical. So I'm going to use, instead, just some regular 12s. This is a 12 or a 16? Let's see. 16. All right, let me find some regular 12s. Oh, hi, cat. You must be hungry. I will feed you when I'm done, old lady. Yeah, it leaves the part of the piece exposed. Right, the very sides. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that. Technically, it would be very easy to fix. Very easy to fix. Like to modify, rather. Is this a 12? This is a 14. And okay, so I don't have 12s. I have 10s. Oh no, they're in here. Okay, they're just mixed. 1, 2, and 3. Let's double check. This is 10s. Okay, never mind. I have 10s and 14s. No 12s. Maybe there's a mix in here too. Come on, there's got to be 12s. 10. What? Oh, I've mixed in like 10s and 12s together. I mean, 10s and 14s and 12s. Okay, this is a 12. So these go here. And I got 14s and 12s in together and 8s and 10s in together. Whoops. Oh well, I think I can measure them. That's why I had to buy the hardware store. It was a 12, big M3, maybe an M4, yeah. Nice, thanks Kenneth for the double emoji attack. All right, I need to find the seat, is right here, and the crazy other part, for whatever reason, that needs to be separate. I think that's just for people that are using different colors. All right, so this gets sandwiched right here, like that. And that just goes into the seat from here, huh? Okay. Let's make it happen. All right, they don't go super flush, but I don't think this part requires anything to be there. I think this part is like for wire management. It's kind of in the air. And if I'm wrong, then, well, we'll make some modifications. I'm really liking this K2 Pro, by the way. It's seems to be like a really nice machine. They fixed all the little issues that the K2 Plus initially had. It's printing smooth, quiet. I'm printing PLA with the door closed, just like I do on the X1, and it's great. Definitely zoomy. That's definitely the case. All right, so we got this piece together. It's looking good. Then on the back, we need to glue parts. We need this back panel. There's like a little grate that goes here. This thing. And then there's like two of these exhaust-looking pipes that I have to find amongst just a giant pile of black pieces. Scavenger hunt. I don't know. Where are you hiding? I don't know where you are. I'm gonna find you though. I'm really excited to have this all completely blacked out, and the only thing in color is this thing on the back wheel, like that. That's gonna be cool. All right, let me start getting pieces out. And since there will be less of them, maybe I'll find it faster. Oh, yep, okay, got it. All right, so these pieces need some CA glue. Your project tomorrow is to sit in the living room with the family, set up a little workstation on the TV tray, put a family movie on, and get the try to assemble. I can't. I have a full day of nonstop tomorrow. The only time I'm gonna get the stop is at 9:30 p.m., which is when the Creality thing is gonna be. That's the unfortunate truth. All right. That's a good looking little piece. So let's add just a little glue on the edge here. Set this in. Cat, I hear you up there. You must be hungry and causing a ruckus. I will feed you shortly. I know you don't understand English. Maybe you do, who knows? Alright, let's put this in like that. Drop that down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Interesting to know that PPS-CF gets glued with CA glue all the same. Definitely no issues. I went on a cruise once. It wasn't too bad, but it also wasn't the greatest thing in the world. This is the second time I'm seeing this. I wonder if there's a magnet that I'm supposed to have that I don't. I definitely don't see a magnet that came with this. But that looks like a magnet hole to me, doesn't it? And then this bludgeon tool has the same hole. Yeah. Okay, so if I order those magnets, at least I know they won't go to waste. All right, and that's already set pretty good. The only other part is this. Why does it show? Why does it show this piece? Oh, this slides in there like a window. Okay. So these parts just go in here. All right, at least that's really easy to glue. Let's put a whole bunch in there. A whole bunch in there. Put some on this side for good measure. Some on this side for good measure. And plop. Plop. Wiggle it around. Wiggle it around. Okay. Let's hit this with some accelerant, just in case it's a little too soon and I go handling it. Bam, bam, bam. Hate how this stuff smells, but it works really, really well. All right, so we got that on there. And it's already past 12, so let's see if I can put this together. Will you be notifying us tomorrow when you're when you're live with Creality? I'm going to be live tomorrow at 9:30. Well, it's between, they gave me between 9:30 and 10:30. Don't know when in that time frame. But that's when I'll be on their stream. I'm going to try to message everybody beforehand. Like shortly before. So I'll ping you guys. And like I said, I have no idea what we're actually doing. Okay, so we did that. We sandwiched the frame. Rear panel has a bolt hole that corresponds with the heatset insert in the main frame. But there's also a recess for a 10.5 magnet. Ah, okay, hold on. Let me go back here. Where's the dual bludgeon? This. Does it need the same magnet? 10.5. Okay, so I'm going to go here on Amazon. Amazon. We need a 10x5 magnet. And how many pieces can I get? 30 pieces for $9. 15 pieces for $8? No, I'm paying $1 more and getting 30. $10 for 20. That doesn't sound like a good deal. $15 for 8. 30 for 13. So this deal right here, 30 of them for $9 seems to be the best. Let me just double check that I don't have a magnet that size, because I do have some randos right here. Like, what are these? I don't need to measure. I can just look like right here. No. This one does fit. I do have 2 of them, but if I use these, I would definitely use these for the bludgeon tool. Yeah, I do have 2 of them. Oh, never mind. They just broke. Look at that. They just clamped together so hard that they broke. Wow. Okay, well, no, I don't have any more of those magnets. So that's what we'll be ordering. Let's not move this quite yet. All right, so these come Wednesday. I guess that's okay. You can always put them in later. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to spend more money to get these sooner. That's idiotic. All right, so this is probably the best. Whiteboard and refrigerator magnets. So they're not like earth magnets. Let me see if I can put in some extra words. Let's add millimeters and magnet. Strong Imodium magnets. They are more expensive. 15 bucks. For how many? 80 pack. And it will come today. I mean, I definitely don't need 80 of these. Yeah, 30 for 8 bucks. Seems reasonable. 20 for 10. 30, 100 pack. Oh, those are square. 60 pack. 10 by 3. Nope. Close. Those are cheap. 6 bucks for 60 pack of them. Let's see. No, 10 by 3 is common, but not 10 by 5. No, don't need that. Why are these all mixed together like this? 13 by 5? No, I just want 10 by 5, guys. 10 by 5. No nonsense. Not 14 by 5. Let's see. Can I get them like tomorrow? No. So there's no 10 by 5s that are just readily available. Plenty of 10 by 3s, which are really cheap for some reason. 5 by 5. No. Okay. So none of that stuff. Let's uncheck that. Let's go to that one that we saw right in the beginning. That was $8. That was the best deal. Where are we at? 10 by 5 magnet. Now I'm getting different results. 30 piece. 5 by 10. There's one in stock available. All right, add to cart. Or should I just get 15 of them for 8 bucks? Am I ever gonna need 30 of these things? I'm gonna regret it later. It's only $1 more for double. All right, let me just order this real quick. 5 by 10. All right, yeah, that's fine. Rare earth. Okay, let's just buy now. Let's go to, yeah, deliver here is fine. Let's change the payment real quick. Sorry guys, I can't. I'm on a different screen. I can't see the chat, but I will in a minute. Get back to everybody. Let's change it to this. There we go, like that. Use this payment method. All right, so the total is $9.53 for 35 by 10 magnets. Let me just make sure I am doing it correct. Yeah, 10 by 5, okay. Why does it say it needs 3 of them? It says 10 by 5 magnets 3. Where's the third one go? 1, 2. Is there another one somewhere? Did I miss a magnet back here somewhere? Is there like a centering magnet? No. Oh, down here. Oh, that's where the door goes, isn't it? Oh, that's where the door is going to go. So there's 3 here and 1 here. Okay, okay. So let's just keep ordering it. Place order. All right, order has been placed. Magnets will come on Wednesday. All right, cool. Is that a cockpit assembly working? Yes. What size is the magnet? 10 by 5. Sorry, now I'm catching up. Thinking out loud. What size? Damn it. Someone on Discord keeps reminding me to look for the N rating on magnets, but no one lists that on Amazon, right? I mean, yeah, no. I just wanted to make sure that I have those. Yeah. I mean, that definitely matters and plays a role, but in this case, one is just holding the door on when the screw is not in, and then this just slightly helps hold these together because there is some play. Like you see that there's a little bit of play, so it'll just hold it together, help hold it together. So not really anything critical whatsoever. So I don't need them to be extremely strong. Another Google Ads pops over chat. They don't get the hint. Well, you know what? Popping over chat is definitely better than popping over the whole thing and ruining the the viewing or even letting you see sometimes. So not too crazy. All right, let's keep going. We'll add the magnets later. Place the magnet. Got it. If you want to use the bolt, it's an M3 by 6 countersunk. Got those. And we will definitely use the bolts because I don't have the magnet. Okay. So... oh, and that's over here. I see. So let's put that in there. And put this door on. Okay, doesn't need to be crazy. So the door gets just held in place like that. This should get now attached. Wires go through here. This contraption goes here. All right, that looks great. Alignment's perfect. And we can take the bludgeon assembly and bolt it to the rear frame with 3 M3 by 16s. I'm guessing that's these. Let's check it. No, it's probably the ones I'm missing over there. These are 18s. Okay, so once again, I done did a boo-boo. We'll just use these because once again, the countersunk part doesn't actually matter here. It kind of does, I guess. Dang it. All right, I'll use one regular one and the 2 last countersunk ones. That's a total bummer that I don't have any more of the countersunk hardware like this. I'm going to have to buy a countersunk kit so that I just have a bunch of them. Rather that than going over the video and watching a few pay $15 or whatever it is jacked up now for no ads. Yeah, same. All right, let me just loosely put one in. Loosely put a second in. All right, we can tighten this one. Whoa. Okay, those are in there. And now we do a regular button head over here. I could 3D print some like cones that go into there that make it flat. But that's probably just overkill. All right, so we got our ridiculous double bludgeon tool. Look at this. Look at this contraption. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely just stare at this thing for a while. There's supposed to be all sorts of things, by the way. I have like grates that go into here. There's like pieces that stick out of this thing. I'll either put those on last, or I might not even put those on. This I might, because a little grate in here would look good. And then there's like the piece that goes around here. Actually, that would actually look good, because it adds a little bit of detail. Where is it? There's like, okay, this. So there's like this piece that goes on like that. Yeah, it even kind of clicks in. Yeah, like that looks really nice, right? That's probably worth. It's probably worth putting on right there. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that towards the end. Well, there's a bunch of those. Who's a button head? Nice. All right, and now we get to put this on. Bolt the assembled rear frame onto the main frame with 4 M3x12 bolts. Okay. And by 12, that's what? Are they countersunk? Through here? No, they're just good old regular bolts. Specifically not countersunk. These are too long. Yeah, I mean the kit definitely does not have the right hardware. So I'm very lucky that I have it. By the way, they have a fixed one. For those that are questioning that, they definitely have a fixed version of this kit with all the right stuff. But the one that I have, V1, is all kinds of jacked up. Well, nope, these are 10s again. Here we go again with the mix-ups. That's 8s. That's 10s. All right, so I need to find short, and I bet these aren't 12s either, but these are 14s. Nope, 12s. Okay. Which one did I get that from? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So this gets threaded from where? How does this get threaded in there? Two from there. Wait, what? Bolt the assembled rear frame into the main frame with 4 M312 bolts, 2 from below and 2 from above by the seat. Reference the red arrows to the right. So they are countersunk. What a waste. What a waste of my time. Oh, and I don't have those. I don't have countersunk's hardware. Ugh, man. Does this need to be countersunk is the question. All right, the fact that I don't have this is really bothering me. All right, I have one. One does me no good. And like Voron builds, for example, don't have countersunk screws. So there's no point of looking there. I guess I'll use the one. That's better than nothing. I don't want to use too short of hardware. I would use too long of hardware if I had it. But I don't think that that's a possibility. These are really long. Yeah, these are 18s. That's just too long. Let me take a quick gander in my extra Prusa hardware. It's possible, but I doubt that too. I doubt it. Of course not. Why would you have the right hardware? Yeah, I mean, the problem is just that the kit was wrong. That's all. The original kit was wrong. They since then corrected it, but I'm stuck with the wrong kit. All right, no countersunk hardware at all because this is the Voron leftovers. I think Prusa had some countersunk. This is the other one. This has some small magnets in here. Yeah, no countersunk hardware here, I don't think. Nope, none. Nope. Alright, let's check miscellaneous Prusa. This has just empty nonsense. Okay. What's this? A lot of singles. No countersunk in there. Just tools. Come on, give me a countersunk screw. Here's one. 14. M3 by 14. Nope, that's a star. Not gonna use a single star though. Imagine trying to fix that in the field. And by star, I mean Torx. Is there any countersunk in here? This is from Tap. No, the countersunk are tiny in there. Alright, I think that's it. That's it for hardware. Alright, guess I'm putting in regular hardware and then purchasing some M3 yeah, that's what's happening. Okay, that's fine. One of these can go back into here. This is all trash. And this can go back. Hey, Knox. All right, so we can throw this into here. This slides onto here like that. That's a nice fit right there. Okay. This whole thing. Oh, two can go on from here. Let's put two regular ones here. Oh, I need a larger one. Oops. This way. Time I got 12:30. Okay. We'll have to cut it short here soon. Did I not line this up? What's going on here? I can't see. Let's do this side first and I'll spin it around. Why is that not going in? All right, let's take off this door because it's clearly. Oh! I remember this. This is because I melted this stuff too much. Remember that? And I said I was gonna run a tap, which is where I have it right here. I said I was gonna run a tap to clean that up. I recall this. Let's see if I can run a tap in there without destroying this heat set insert. it should just go into this thing, considering all things considered. There we go. And we should just cut right through that, just like that, and that will allow us to go right into this without any problems. There we go. Okay. And let's do the same here. Just go into the threads and go through this stuff. Bada bing, bada boom. Come on out. All right. Tool goes back where it goes. Photo vacuum cleanup time. Crazy how useful that is. Cat, don't freak out. I know you're hungry. It's almost time. It's almost time to go. She's over here hurrying me along. Like, father, have you seen the time? Give me a light. There it goes. Okay, one is in. Two is in. Let me get a longer one so that it doesn't interfere. 1, 2. Flip this bad boy over. Okay. And now we put in these two. And it would be nice if it was tapered, but it's not. It is what it is, I guess. There's one. And this needs a smaller one. Go in. There it goes. Awesome. Let's get that nice and tight. This one too. Yep. Okay. These two. Let's tighten them up some. There goes that. And there goes that. Okay. So I definitely need some more hardware. Bummed. But small roadblock. Just add more toys to get free shipping. No giveaway. Yes. Was someone asking up top? Yeah. Tulsa's right though. I can, with Polymaker, my original agreement was 1 giveaway per week, as in like 1 live stream per week. I started doing 2 live streams and still doing the giveaway. So I was like, hey guys, I'm starting to do more live streams. How about 2? They're like, yeah, no problem, 2. I'm at 3 right now and I'll be doing 4. I don't want to overstep my boundary, so no giveaway. That is the head smasher on the back. All right, so here's where we are. We got the front on, and the steering, the driver will be steering. So those are on the servos. The driver will be on here. We obviously don't have our tracks, but that's okay. Then on the back, we have our dual bludgeon tool. So we have now an option to open this and just drive. and this is at the level of the heads. So this should just, if I get close enough, clip them like from the back, the side, whatever, and that should be able to take their heads off. And then if I bring it together like this, I can literally spin this thing, and this was also at the level of the heads. So if they're close enough, I'm spinning. If I'm just driving, this should be open like that. So off with your heads. Yeah, that's right. So that should be spectacular. These things I'm gonna have to definitely take apart and set up, because they are not they're not in the right spot. Then on the bottom here is where we have a lot of work to do. So we got the 2 steering servos. Oh, not steering, but the drivers. The driver. We got the fan. Here we have the double bludgeon. We'll have to figure that out. Hopefully I have enough. And then whatever this triple decker splitter is for, we'll have to figure out too. Hopefully I can get away with this 5-channel. I know they have more ELRS receivers. Actually, let's check real quick. Amazon. ELRS. PWM receiver. Let's see what we have here. ELRS. How many? 8? What's Hello Radio? Oh, this thing's huge. It has UART? What is this? This is definitely not your typical ELRS receiver. What the heck? Ah, okay, that's not... That would explode. Why is it such a low voltage? XBAT? Yeah, this is meant for airplanes, probably. Alright, so you can't use that one. Force Radio Master has one. This is probably super expensive. Here's the one I have, 5-channel. 18 bucks. Okay, they have a 14-channel version for 35 only. Okay, so we have some options. The Radio Master stuff is different, usually. But this stuff, I know this brand well. It even has an RGB channel. Look at that. You can plug in an RGB strip. This is also 3.5 to 8.4 volts. I guess that's okay, right? The battery gets plugged into that. So that's actually okay. 35 bucks, and it'll come tomorrow. What was this one? This one was 28 bucks with 5 off. I don't know what Hello Radio is, though. Yeah, I'm very familiar with Beta FPV and extremely familiar with Radio Master. These are all quality. I'd much rather get this. But this is too many. 10 channels? Definitely don't need 10 channels. Oh, wow. Look at that. They're split like that. Interesting. RX and TX are split. And then there's a 6S battery. Interesting. And that's just 1 through 10 channels. What a wild way to do that. And the fact that it has RGB controls. How would you control the RGBs? I guess you would control it through, you could set it up through the Wi-Fi module. Are there any more basic ones that are just more than 5? Like, is this 6? I used to have a Maytech one. This is tiny. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so here's a 6 channel. This would work. Yeah, I had a Maytech. My original one was Maytech. The original ELRS PWM receiver that I used. Yeah, they usually come like this. I'm not sure why this one's new. They usually come like this. And this is 20 bucks. We got options. That's nice. So mine might not be enough. I guess I'll find out later. But also not too big of a deal. $14 channels, 35 bucks with $5 off. Another one of these crazy Hillary. This one's $7. Okay, so I'm looking at around 30 bucks for this if I can't make what I have work. I guess that's not critical. 28 bucks, huh? That's only 2 reviews. ELRS receiver is a nice unit, especially since it has the ability to control 9 channels. I was able to bind it to my Radiomaster TX16S. I used to have one of those. With no issues. Start test out of the drone. Okay, SpeedyB offers up great products. Sure, SpeedyB does, but this is not SpeedyB. So, is this a review for this item? Bought this receiver on another account and arrived in good condition. Took it out and thought I'd bind it like a normal ELRS item. But no, you can't actually press bind on your controller, and it takes less than 10 seconds. It reads voltage telemetry. You shouldn't need to bind. That's not how ELRS works. So this is a bogus review. ELRS usually works via Wi-Fi. So you would give it power, wait about 3 seconds, because it wouldn't bind. It goes into an auto mode, and it starts to give off its own ELRS Wi-Fi. You go onto the ELRS Wi-Fi on your computer. It has a really simple web interface where you put in a bind code. Your radio has a bind code, okay? So you put in your bind code, they instantly match up, it instantly connects. And in your browser, you can tune every single channel to whatever you want. So I think this person just didn't know how that works. All right, but good to know that Amazon has them readily available. I'll cross that bridge when we get there. And the dude's hands, yes, yeah, the dude's hand moves with the steering, and the whole power switch to the entire vehicle is under his head that's meant to easily pop off. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah. It is coming up fast. Yeah, you're right. Oh man. Okay, so I definitely need the countersunk bolts. I don't have these 12s, and those are really important. All right. Let me open Amazon again. Let's do M3 countersunk screws. I guess it would be bolts, but screws comes up. $9. Get them today. Everything's $9. No, I need Allen keys. And 3 by 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, and 20. That's probably a good kit. That's only $7. This better be Allen. Better be Allen keys. The other one's Phillips. I'm definitely not dealing with Phillips. They're Phillips. No. This is garbage. Garbage set. I need Phillips. There we go. 8, 12, 16, and 20. Even better. But it's not very many of them. And it's still $10, huh? Here we go. How about this one?
All right, I think we found the kit that we need. And these are 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, and 20. How many of there are 12s? 20 pieces. Okay. All right. Yeah. Looks like we'll be buying this one. It's $12, and it'll also come Wednesday. Is that too late? I need to... I guess Wednesday would be the stream, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to buy it now. We buying it. Standard. Wednesday. It even has a fewer trips for 1 day sooner. Arrives with an upcoming delivery. Well, I will take that. Let me change my payment real quick. Let's do this one. Change it. All right. Tuesday, September 9th. I'll take that. $12. There we go. So I spent about $22 on some bogus nonsense today. Dude looks like he's pooping in the woods. That's funny. Oh, we forgot to sing. That's right. All right, everybody. You ready? It's Zumi's birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Zumi. Happy birthday to you. Woo! And I drank all my beer, so I can't even cheers. But I do have some of this. Hey, happy birthday, Zumi. Cheers. I can't even get this back on. All right. Absolutely. Hey, look at that. We have a lot of birthdays in a cluster. Happy birthday, late birthday to you, BWs. BWs. It's getting late. All right, so after we gather these obscene amounts of parts for this guy, why they did this, I don't know. I guess because it all has to move. Then we do this. We'll begin with the rider with power toggle switch. Depending on your switch, you'll solder wires to the proper terminals, or use screws to loop the wires. Mine has screws, so it looks like we will be crimping some wires. And I have to make sure, based on Dave's advice, he said don't use the wires that it came with. So I'll make my own with larger gauge. Leave plenty of extra length to stick out down the frame. These will be connected between the battery and the motor controllers, okay? Slide the toggle switch in place of the main body and secure it with the supplied nut. Okay, I see. For ease of assembly, slide the hip into position. Oh, okay. See? Make sure that the on position switch is positioned correctly, referenced in the picture on the right. When the head of the rider is knocked backwards and falls off, the switch is flipped in the on position, disabling the racer. So it has to go off backwards. Okay. I see. Attached both sides. And 3x8 countersunk bolts. And one M3x20 countersunk bolt on each side. Alright, so it looks pretty straightforward. Just need a bunch of countersunk bolts. Alright, this is all wild. And then what I'll try to do, if I have the time, I'll try to put my face on there. Head should snap into the body. Toggle switch should be the only thing holding it in place. Alright, should be tight enough that it won't fall off while driving around, but it should still come off easily when it's whacked. Print your head lighter so it won't fall off too easily. Oh, my head is really, it's super dense.
Feed the wires attached to the rider's toggle switch through the center hole in the seat. Okay. Push the rider down into the seat until it clicks. The rider may not sit entirely down on the seat. If this is the case, loosen the bolts in the rider's hips. Press the rider down and retighten the bolts. The hands of the rider will attach to the drive levers with two M3x12 countersunk bolts. For the last bit of assembly, attach the rider side panels to the racer with M312 countersunk bolts each. This is your DeathRacer. Assembly complete. Oh, and now we have electronics. So everything's just done from the bottom later. Okay. And this is just an extension. Interesting. This is some wacky, definitely some super wacky wiring going on over here. Interesting. All right, so we're extending the power cable quite a bit, which makes sense. And they're using a XT60, which I will also use. I just got to dig all that around. Oh, they have it here. Okay, I have to make an adapter, or I have an adapter for my batteries because the batteries are Dean's connectors. That's how it works. Nice. You check this out when you get a chance. I think you might like it. Expensive though. jettymodel.com. Oh, I saw those. I saw those just now. But these aren't ELRS though. Right? What? Go back. Crazy. Look at these base stations. You know, I had the T16. What is that? What's called X16S? No. The Radio Master. It was, you know, I just put so much money in it, and I just never ended up enjoying having such a huge thing, especially when I'm flying like whoops and stuff. It was just too big and cumbersome to carry around every day. So I kind of stopped. This looks really nice. But too involved, man. I'm here's where I'm at. I think I showed this before. I'm here. Hold on. This is where I'm at. Okay, I got my tiny little baby screen. It's really hard to use actually. It's better off to just use the companion app to plug it in just to get the screen larger. But you know, it has a neck strap that's in the perfect spot. CNC gimbals. I have 4 extra switches, technically 3 if the power switch doesn't count. This one is a 3-way. The rest are all 2-ways. It does have, where are they? Down here. It does have its limit buttons. They're just really simple buttons instead of knobs or toggles. And ELRS is just the best. ELRS goes forever. It'll literally goes far. It'll go further than your sight. So I kind of just been sticking to that setup. And I like how tight it is, you know? How many channels is it? I mean, like, the ELRS doesn't... It's however many channels you have. But how many channels that is? I don't know. I don't really think about it that way. Technically speaking, you can make every button on there do something. But that particular one doesn't have potentiometers on it, like they typically do. Like TX16S had a bunch of potentiometers additionally. So I guess you would say that that's 4 channels. But the axes are included, right? That's at least 1. So 5. Something is beeping. What is beeping? Oh, the heater. filament's done. 6 channels, I believe. But like I said, I think you can make any button do whatever on there. Yeah, definitely not. What my setup is 100% not for helis whatsoever. That's for sure. Listen, it looks really good. Like, really nice. Super high quality. But for quads, wings, and simple RC, probably overkill. All right, so we'll tackle this in the next... What is this? 2-way splitters can be used if a 3-way is not available. Just fucking... Hold on. So what is this for? Now I can wire up the transmitter. It's in the picture lower right corner orientation. We need a servo splitter harness. The Big Tree Tech comes with a 3-to-1-way splitter. Take the 2 steering arm servos and connect onto each one of the connectors of the splitter. For last open connection, take the black, red, white 3 connector from the speed controller and plug it in. Make sure the color is in the same on both sides. Why would that be a thing? Oh, because there is no steering. There's no separate servo for steering. When the motors move, the thing steers. It has 2 motors. It's tank drive. I keep forgetting that. It's tank drive. So this is essentially... No, but how would it know if it's the left or the right? This is wild. So it'll only steer if one is going in reverse. I don't understand how that would work at all. Now that I think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, this is only using 4 channels. So if that's true, I'll have one more available to me. Three-to-one servo splitter. Speed controller, single yellow. Oh, okay, so the speed controller has another wire. That's some kind of signal wire for turning or something. I don't even know what that's for. I can't wrap my mind around it. Right, another CGA. It took me a second there, yeah. Yeah, well, like, okay, so this speed controller wire is what's powering this. And then the splitter goes into here for mimicking steering, I guess? That's the fan. This is the weapon. My weapon's going to take up 2. I think I can make 5 work. Because channel 2 is available right here, right? Like I said, I can also plug the fan in elsewhere. Yeah, like this has just a 5 volt right here at the end, so the fan can go there. So let me see if I can understand this correctly. So the speed controller will go to right here. This is the splitter. What will be this? Let's say this is the weapon. That would take up 2. And that leaves me with 1 channel for the fan. Okay, I can make this one work. I can make this work. Cool. Yeah, I'll figure out how all this works. I'm honestly, I have no clue how. I've never made a vehicle that has treads or has tank controls at all. Nice. I like the way this looks with all the zip ties. That's clean. All right, so yeah, this will be a whole shenanigans when it comes to this part right here. This is gonna take I bet you this is gonna take the longest out of everything, because it is not it's not easy to do on my transmitter. Oh well, we'll make it work. The boom should function on a left stick when pushed left and right. Yeah, I might have to just make my own controls, to be honest. I'm kind of intrigued by having tank controls that would have no mixing, and they would drive like a old school mutator. I don't know if you guys remember this. Has anyone had this when they were kids? Anyone remember this thing, the Tyco RC mutator? Like, it looks like a truck. No, not that. Yeah, this. It looks like a truck, but technically, this was a tank. So it had this one button where the wheels would go up and down. So it'd be like a really low car or a truck or like a raked car. And yeah, like you can tell by the controller right here, you just had 2 forwards. Like it drove like a tank. So if you want to go forward, you push both thumbs forward, and if you let go of one, it would slowly steer in the direction. Right, steering wheel goes forward and one other reverse. That's for rotating. Actually, turning is one in the middle. So, but you can actually go one in reverse, and in one spot, it would just spin on one spot, and you would just do that by reversing each one. Oh yeah, the big disc you sat at? Yeah. I'm kind of intrigued to doing that. There would be no mixing. It'd be really straightforward. You know, this channel is up down. This channel is up down. The only thing I'd have to do is on my radio, I'd have to just make a switch where, because on drones the one doesn't have a spring in it, but my CNC gimbals have an adjuster. The springs just move back. I could just put the spring back on. I'm thinking of doing that, and then what I'll do is I'll have a switch on the top with my finger that will, when I press it, it'll just go to a set degree for the bludgeon tool, and then you hit the switch the other way, and it just closes. And that'll be the simplest controls. You won't get lost in the controls. You won't, because when I drove it briefly last year, I say briefly because I instantly lost. It was really awkward to drive and turn, like it, because you think it's a car and you control it like a car with the sticks, but it doesn't actually behave like a car. Because on a car you can turn the wheels a little bit and then drive forward, and it goes like slowly. This was like, it would kind of like rotate itself. So I have a feeling I'm gonna do it this way, and that means that once again that means I'm doing like custom stuff with no manual. I'm gonna try it. I guess that's if this thing lets me. Now that I think about it again, technically the way that I want to drive it, you wouldn't be able to do it with one controller. Right? You wouldn't be able to do it with one controller. You'd need 2 of them. What's this thing called? Brush speed controller, 40 amp times 2. Brushed speed controller, 40 amps times 2. Let me see if it's a common. Yeah, it's really common. Dual byway directional. Okay, so brushed byway directional speed controller, tank drive. Will it let me? I wonder if it's possible. What if I don't want any mixing? Speed tank motor upgrade. Hey, Tim Talon. I'll see you later. Thank you. I'm getting out of here too. I was just got carried away. Learning forklifts could be interesting because your wheels turn in the rear instead of the front. Right? Yeah. Sit and spin. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's also possible that everything I just said is literally not possible with this. Here it is quite literally, and this picture shows what I want to do. Like, this one goes up, this one goes down. I mean, that's what I want to do. Yeah, I want to do this. No. Why is this all the wrong button? Motor 1, motor 2. Dual way. Bidirectional. Yeah, right here. I wanted to do this. Connect the channel 1 signal. Connect the channel 2. Will it let me do the thing that I want? The throttle channel and receiver is changed to the steering gear. When pushing the oil, the steering gear rotates counterclockwise when reviewed from top to bottom. I guess it might not be able to. First, make sure the forward and backward motors are in the same direction. Yeah, so I guess not. Alright, so it's meant to quite literally just drive 2 motors. Mixed control. Okay, hold on. Here we go. It has modes. Mixed control mode, both throttle and steering mode. 2 or 3 channels. 2 channels are recommended because 2 channels automatically return to center. To control the throttle, 1 channel, or 4 channels to control speed difference steering. This is not written in plain English. Throttle ratio 100 steer, okay, fine. Suitable for tank. In this mode, gun control can play tanks. 4-wheel drive trolley. This is so wrong. 2-way independence, equivalent to 2 independent ESCs. If you want to simulate a real tank, the white 3 wires on the input end are connected to the receiver throttle. 3 channels. And the yellow single wires connected to the receiver, 2 channels. But in fact, Heng Long's tank is also mixed control mode because better operation. 2-way synchronization and mixed control mode do not connect single yellow wire, so the 2-way motor output is consistent. Okay, so the signal wire is what's controlling everything, literally. Shown below, solder one joint right side of the back of the board. Okay, after welding is dual independent. Solder joint on the right side of the back of the board. Right there. So if you solder this together, then it's dual independent mode. It can make the speed of 2 connected motors different. Differential steering, that's it. Mixed control mode is what I want. 2 independent. Realize the speed controller of 2 motors respectively. 1 motor can run, 1 motor cannot run. Okay, this description sounds like what I want. I don't want them to go at the same time. It's this. 2-way independent mode. Right there. That's what we're going to be doing. And then this is just a separate channel. All right, I'm gonna pull this picture off to my desktop just so that I have it. Okay. Good. Good to know. And what's the back look like? Okay, so right here. Independent. Uh-huh. Alright. We'll destroy this thing later. We will destroy it for sure. Crazy cart. Crazy cart. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. You have like 2 sticks, right? Yeah, like they were in between your legs type of thing. Yeah, that's how I want to do it. What's it called? Zero turns have that, right? Yeah, I want to control like a 0 turn. You push them both together, they go forward. You let go of one and it turns. That's how I want to control it. Okay. All right. This is cool. All right, so we have very little left. We have this guy. A tiny bit of wiring, which should be really easy. We don't even solder. We crimp on this. All right, I'm very excited. All right, guys. I'm gonna do some cleanup. Only because I have the stream for Creality coming up. But look at this. Let me show you. Oh, that doesn't sound very good. I almost crunched something over here because the bottom panel isn't on. Actually, you know what? You know what? Let me remove that so that I don't accidentally crush it when I'm flipping this thing upside down repeatedly. Because I don't have the magnet anyway. Here, let's remove this. And I will put this screw in here. Like that, just a little bit. And that way I don't accidentally break that door. Alright, let me show you what I got here. This thing is so heavy. It's ridiculous. Alright, so we got our front that protects our tracks. Tracks will be last. Here it is from the top. Here it is from the side. We're going to have our wheels, our color wheels on here with a protector on here, which I guess I can already do, technically. We have our crazy bludgeon tool on. It still needs a couple pretty things here and there. But that's on there. Crazy. So at some point, this thing will be driving around like this. Absolutely obnoxious. Yeah, the weight of it is kind of nuts. So yeah, they're not small. Yeah. All right, everybody. I'm going to call it here. I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup and get to bed. I got another long day tomorrow. So if you guys can make it out to the Creality stream tomorrow night, I would really appreciate it. I know it's a Sunday night. In China, it's Monday morning. So to them, it was a perfect time. But yeah, it'll be fun. I don't know what they exactly want to chat about, but I'll chat about whatever. And I'm really enjoying the K2 Pro so far. I've enjoyed my K2 Plus. So that'll be fun to talk about. I also have a really modded K1 Max, so we'll chat about that as well. Yeah, if you guys can make it out to that, just to support your boy when I get on there, I would appreciate it. It would help strengthen the relationship. So yeah, tomorrow PM. It's 9:30 our time, East Coast time. And for them it's Monday morning, but for us it's Sunday night because China. I should edit some video of the competition and upload it. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining in. Once again, really fun one. This one was actually cool because I feel like we did a bunch, you know? All right, y'all. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. and then during next week. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for the good stream. I'll catch y'all later. See ya.